Okay, gamers young, today let's talk about pot. Yeah, the one that smoke and let's say, just put it this way, since I'm in Malaysia, you are in charge of, let's say, involved in, let's say, trafficking, this kind of stuff, you will be hanged. But I mean, smoking is fine. I mean, they only, let's say, for rehab, which is a whole different thing. Why am I talking about pot? Why? Because I'm playing Felix the cat. Yeah, it's a cat inside a bag, and I feel that I have just smoked some pot and I think I really need some rehabilitation after I play this game. Okay, first thing first, Felix got a phone call and she's told that he don't want to give him the bag. Oh, of course. Now, if you watch Felix the Kids, I mean for old gamers, I'm very sorry for those that will watch the show. This is the story about Felix the cat with a medical bag that can change into a lot of things. And there's a professor who actually wanted to steal the bag. So as it goes on, that's the main story. A cat in a bag and a professor wanting to steal it. Nothing else. So is there anything I can say about this game? Nah, I really have nothing much to say about this game because I don't even feel like this is Felix at all. Yeah, I mean throughout the games eventually you will be, let's say, using a bag to do different things, but that is a whole different case. At present, you'll be walking around the bag as if you are a character from Mario. Now, since it's a platform game, there are a lot of, let's say, these mini puzzles that you need to understand and, let's say, trigger. And you'll be collecting your heads, I mean the Felix the cat heads, to, let's say, get more points and more powers. That's it. And by taking off enemies, most of the time you'll be jumping on them, or let's say whacking them with bag. Okay, this is what happens when your, let's say, bag evolves. It becomes a vehicle or, let's say, a tube. Now, most of the time in this game, your bag will be changed to various vehicles. I mean, it's for game purposes, but if you have seen the show before, right, this seldom happens. Now, you have changed the tank. As a person that watched a lot of these cartoons, don't cry for me, I dare to say I seldom see Felix riding a tank. Yeah, a plane, yes, but not a fighter plane with guns shooting here and there. Let alone a tank, which is a very kind of a destructive vehicle over here. And yeah, he's kind of destructible here, although the cannon doesn't shoot the rounds. It goes in a, let's say, a ball-shaped manner as if it's some sort of odd version of Metal Slug. But yeah, play Metal Slug, don't play this game. Now, just that you know, if when you're in the tank, most likely you can run over your vehicles, mostly you will be shooting them. And this tank is easy to control, not much of a big deal. And your opponents are kind of stupid enough to, let's say, hit on your projectile, so not a big matter. Now you're going to the back again and you'll be collecting these power-ups. For what? I have no idea. Really, I had no idea why am I collecting these power-ups over here for no good reason. Yeah, this game is one of the confusing games which actually, let's say, drove me out. Like, there are certain places you can just shoot at balloons to get more power, certain areas you can't. Which I don't get it. I mean, we tried this game for a few weeks and we really have no understanding of why we are doing this. And we do go through enough from best information while doing with other battles. I mean, if you, let's say, know that our games have been going on so smoothly because this is what we do. We actually go through it a lot of times and we are seeing the best gameplay. It is a torture. Yeah, it is a torture, and I am fortunate enough that most of the time I'm not playing it while my fellow players will be playing workers on this matter while working on this matter. Okay, as usual, we are going to the back again, and this time we'll be collecting more Felix the Kid Head and collect some more milk. I have no idea why I'm collecting it. You know, just put it this way, the entire game I can say is good for kids. After all, NES is designed for kids. I mean, this is definitely for younger kids. That's what I can say, definitely for younger kids. Even those who don't know who Felix is, yeah, this is suitable for them. But for others, this is one of the games you really don't come back to. Yeah, and I have no understanding why the producers insist on us on doing this game. We have no idea. Now we're going to the back again. And just to let you know, do you see the strange cloud over there at the corner? Yeah, that is actually the professor, and now I have no idea who this character I'm fighting with, the guy who is basically trying to shoot balls at me while I'm shooting cannonballs at him. And as a kid, I have no idea who this character is. I have watched the cartoon, I do not know who he is, I only know the professor. And there's a professor nephew, which is the guy with glasses, and we have Professor Ed, Those are the two characters that I remember for the show. As for others, I don't. Yeah, and that is Felix, iconic laugh. And the Mary Poppins umbrella. This is seen a lot of times if you watch Felix the Cat. This is one of his most favorite too. Not just flying, but most of the time escaping. He used this umbrella that is made of his back a lot of times where he, let's say, jump off high ground, although cats actually can survive from high ground. Actually not really that, they can survive a certain height. Yeah, you can just throw it off a plane, the cat will die, don't try it. And what the hell? Do I even need a balloon for that? Maybe that's increase me small, give me us more hit points. And just let you know, the cat face on the balloons looks kinda creepy. And ooh, now that's nice. A small seaplane, I think. Is it a seaplane? And then you check it out. Okay, this again. Alright, there are skids at the bottom. This is definitely a seaplane. Don't tell me you can shoot projectiles, because mostly seaplanes can't shoot projectiles. As well, I can see the way for me to kill people is to ram them through a propeller. And don't do that, actually destroy the plane. Yeah, you really destroy the plane. This is a very bad movement. Okay, I think I just passed through go. And that is the checkpoint. Alright, let's go to the next area. Okay. Oh, change to the tank again. Why not? The tank is the best weapon over here. Okay, well, tanking on. Now, just let you know, most of the time I will be using the tank. Don't ask me why. This is one of the best weapons in the game. It's more like I'll say why not. And just remember the Spider-Man game that I mentioned before, which actually I find a lot of things that's unrelatable. I can say so for Felix the Cat. Now, if you are a fan for the show, I'm not discriminating. I mean, you can be a fan of anything. My girlfriend actually she loves Twilight. I'm not going to, let's say anything about her. And that's the reason at least I shouldn't get late. But for Felix the Cat, if you are a fan of this show, you will not like this game. Just like I mentioned, fans of Spider-Man does not really like the Spider-Man game, especially fighting the Sinister Six, because you do not feel like this is a Spider-Man game. Same here. This Felix the Cat does not feel like that at all. The only difference compared to this and that Spider-Man game is this is longer, and I need to say actually got a little bit more variety. Not to let's say give it credit, but yeah, this is credit I have to give it. You are doing a lot of things here, although many of them are repetitive, but that is what you do when you're gaming. A lot of movements are repetitive. And it's very easy for you to understand what you should do. Go from point A to point B, that's it. No big deal. And if you see the back, enter the back. It's just that Mario's way sees the, let's say, pipe is going into the pipes. I mean, that is the concept. And it's kind of simple and they don't change the concept all the time. The only method is Felix the Cat is just a very simple adventure show where he outsmarts the professor time after time. And the only opponent he has is the professor, or let's say some very random character that appears once only. So that is a little hard for them to design these opponents for Felix to deal with. Really. I mean, how are you going to design these characters? Again, here's the professor. I wonder how can you just phone Felix for that for no reason. Just Felix is annoying, right? Instead, this cat maybe it's on some PTSD or meta, I have no idea. So the path of destruction. Yeah. You can see most of the time you'll be using a tank. Not to say Felix is crazy that I use a tank. I mean, I see other players that instead of using other vehicles, let's say go to the game. But for me, I just want to let's say go to this as fast as possible. And the best way to let's say deal with this is tank this out. Literally, and this is a tank is already provided, so why not? Yeah, it reminds me of a very simple version of Metal Slug. Although I don't have the machine gun, and yeah, certain clowns that actually look like the doctor over there and the professor over there, you can select it for a few times to get some extra power points. But when is that my girlfriend? I don't remember if Felix has a girlfriend before, but I mean yeah, that looks like a cat-like silhouette cloud with girlish eyes. I'm seeing things? No idea. Okay, still in the tank. Now some other players in this level prefer the plane, which I can understand. I mean the plane is easy to let's say go through let's say a lot of jumping areas. But on the other hand, it does not have a very good defense from fight. So I prefer the aircraft again. Okay. Alright, Felix buttons, falling on hits, and oh yeah, hit the hits. I mean, this is actually encouraging hate of the professor, right? For no good reason. Yeah, I actually sort of pity the old man as I grow older. After all, he just want to get it back. Why? It's a magical bag. Of course you want to let's say analyze and know what it does. I mean, if I was a professor, I would definitely want the bag from Felix. I would find secrets, I'll create more bags and give everyone a bag. Based on what I remember, that was actually the professor's main objective. It's not really to rule the world, right? Until later should show changes that happens. Alright, now in this area you have to go for the ammo. Okay, shoot projectiles though. Oh, I think I can. That's nice. This is better than the, let's say, the Adventure Islands Barada where you don't even get to drop rocks. But how come only she shows so close? Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't, let's say, be so close to shoot it. Oh yeah, I forgot. The projector is kind of slow. So you actually want to, let's say, hit it out of the target as soon as possible. That's why, let's say, keep close to those bastards. Which should make it make sense over here. And you can see, I have collected more than enough lights for me to use over here. Yeah, I mean this is designed for kids, what do you expect? Nothing much to say. I don't consider, say, flying close to hit the target as a challenge. And this is far more easier than flying tail spin, you see. The screen actually moves with me. It actually does not force me to move as fast as possible. When tail spin, the screen will actually move forward and get stuck, right? And let's say you run out of the screen, you die. I mean, this is a very common thing that happens in a lot of NES games. A lot of gamers know this, so no big deal. Alright, now let's start the dogfight. Is there a rocket shooting 3 arrows at me? Yeah. I have no idea. Oh, I just shoot a, let's say, small fireball. It's not easy. I think just fuck you and shoot it. That's funny, that's pointless. Alright, this game there's still a lot to talk about, Felix, and we'll be talking about it next time. So, see you guys then. Yeah, I think I'm going to the next area. I don't know where I'll be going this time.